This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
Been watching Jeff Gordon in that 24 car. He's just not going anywhere. He seems stuck back there in about 11th to 15th.
That's a big surprise. Watched him in practice last night. He looked so fast.
Here's Matt on Jeff Gordon.
An interesting comment Jeff Gordon made to me earlier today. He said that with a smaller plate, Mike, that the driver has to be even more mistake-free because the closing rate is not as fast as years past. So you've got to make the right move at the right time. Right now, he is just mired back in traffic. Jeannie?
Well, it is definitely early, but let's just say the attitude is upbeat in the 16 pit of Greg Biffle because they tested this shootout car down here, and it is living up to the hype. The news is even better when you consider this. This car wasn't the fastest car they brought down here and tested. The Daytona 500 car tested much faster. Steve?
Well, Jeannie, we just heard Mark Martin call to his crew chief, Pat Trison, a relieved Mark Martin. He had a tire rub, and he said it has gone away, and he is relieved about that.
Well, we got some good racing up front here, guys. 48 car, Jimmy Johnson, and a 12 to Ryan Newman are closing on our leaders.
Casey Mears in that 41 car, he's worked his way up to the 5th position. Remember, Mike, you mentioned earlier, he was involved in an accident last night.
And now, about now is when the handling really kicks in. Now is when the car starts to either be really, really good or starting to push like a dump truck.
I just want to follow up on what Matt Yoakum was talking about, the smaller plate. NASCAR reduced the size of the carburetor restrictor plate by a 64th of an inch. Remember, the carburetor restrictor plate takes about 400 horsepower away. That 64th of an inch took about 12 horsepower away.
And that's just throttle response. I mean, every time they reduce that plate size, it just reduces the amount of time it takes, or it increases the amount of time it takes for you to accelerate.
Stewart made a move. It looked like Johnson might go with him. Then they went right back in line. Jeff Hammond.
Mike, what I've been watching here, I think Larry touched on a minute ago, is Casey Mears. Started all the way back there in 18th. And again, he was involved in the spin out down the back straightaway last night during practice. And a lot of times you worry about a driver losing some confidence when something like that happens because he knows it was his mistake. And he almost took one of his competitors out. And after that, when he went over to talk to Ricky Rudd, well, they had a verbal exchange, and his crew chief, Fatback McSwain, they got kind of heated. So you always wonder if that's going to affect the guy. But right now, he's looking really strong as he tries to get underneath Tony Stewart and move up into 4th place. So he's definitely got a fast race car here tonight.
Did you see Ryan Newman bump draft Jimmy Johnson right up into 2nd place?
Not only did the 41 get in trouble last night, Casey Mears, but that also kind of makes you a little nervous when you get around him tonight, too.
Slow car. Oh, Mark Martin wiggling somewhat.
Left rear. Is that the left?
I should be able to make it, shouldn't I? To 20. 10-4, but we only got 2 more laps. This is number 19 here. We only got to run 1 more.
Here's Matt.
An interesting sidebar. I talked to Michael Fatback McSwain, and he was joking about the incident last night because he lives right next door to Casey Mears. And I mean, the lot right next door. His dad called him this morning and said, should I just go by your house to make sure everything's all right? He goes, nah, we're good.
Now, what Mark Martin in the 6 car is trying to do, you heard him talking to his crew chief, he's trying to get 1 more lap because that'll be lap 20. That'll end the 1st segment, but he has to hope that that tire does not come apart and tear the quarter panel off of it.
He'll be all right if he makes it around. The field will come around to 20 laps this time because NASCAR scoring freezes the field at the instant of caution. They're going to let the whole field cycle through the start-finish line, and then they will throw the caution flag. So at 20 laps, the leader is Greg Biffle. Jimmy Johnson in the 48, Ryan Newman, Casey Mears, Tony Stewart, Kurt Busch, Bill Elliott, Jeff Gordon, Brian Vickers, and Ricky Rudd are the top 10, and that's how the field will freeze.
And it's my understanding they actually will not throw the caution flag until the final car crosses the start-finish line. And Dale Earnhardt Jr. in 8 car, remember, he was looking for this break right here because we anticipate he maybe has a spark plug wire off. Good chance for them to fix that car.
And it looks like Mark Martin will stay on the lead lap.
Next to those cars, that's called side drafting. And he's getting a pull off of the 21 on the inside. He moves over and gets a pull on the other car off the outside. Dale Sr. was the best I'd ever seen doing that. I never heard of it till he explained it to me one day. at 190 miles an hour.
Dale Jr.'s got a bit of a handful there. Wow, the pack tightens up right there.
Yeah, we still have 15 cars running within about a second of each other. 7 to go, next time by.
Yeah.
And I think what Jimmy Johnson is doing in that 48 car, just what Dale Jarrett in the 88 did a year ago. He'll hug the bottom of that racetrack.
Yeah, and Greg Biffle, no matter what Greg does, you know where Jeff Gordon's going.
He'll fill the hole he
That's
opened.
exactly right. So pretty much he's going to run second unless he wants to take a chance.
Yeah, the cars in front and behind Greg Biffle's second place machine are teammates at Hendrick Motorsports, Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon. I think Biffle is settled in for right where he wants to be to the last lap and have one last best chance. He doesn't want to move out of second place now.
I just don't think you can make that kind of a move. You got to have somebody help you. He's got no help. So I just don't think you can do it by yourself. He can get up there and mess himself up and finish about 10th, but I don't think he can make the pass for the lead.
Now here's Biffle's teammate, Kurt Busch, posted in 6th. Can't get up close enough to be of any help to Biffle.
But one thing I wouldn't do, I would not wait until the last lap. If I'm going to make a move and I'm going to try to win the race and not worry about where I finish, I'm going to take them by surprise.
But just remember, 4 laps ago, it was Kurt Busch in the 97 back there beating and banging on the back straightaway. And there he's back up almost in the top 5.
It's just it's offense and defense. Right now, the car in front is on defense. Everybody else is on offense.
I think the wild card here is Newman in the 12 because that's the one car that's been able to move on the outside without a whole lot of help.
Without the help of 2 extra tires like everyone else.
We'll see.
And he has help from his Dodge friend back there, Casey Mears, in the 41 car, who's been real strong. Casey's car really runs off the corner good.
Yeah, as a young driver, he seems to get himself in the wrong place at the wrong time. But he's got a pretty fast car.
5 to go.
Oh, look at Jeff Gordon. He took a look to the inside. Did he make it?
Yes.
He's got the nose there, and Biffle's got to let him go.
And Bobby Labonte in 18 is trying to follow Jeff Gordon through in the 24. He takes away 3rd as well.
Jeff Gordon knows that move down into turn 1. He pulled it on Rusty Wallace here a few years ago to win the 500.
Well, now you got to beat the Quinella of the 2 Hendrick teammates, nose to tail.
My daddy always said the cake's all dough. I never knew what it meant. It means it's over.
You'll find that right after co-opetition.
That's right. Co-op, not WOP. Here he comes. He's trying to get back up there.
Kurt Busch to the inside of the 97.
4 to go. Biffle in that 16. He's not going to give up just yet.
Boy, if Kurt Busch could get up there, that could be trouble. Can't quite clear that 12 car on the outside.
As a car owner, Rick Hendrick has won this race 4 times, looking for number 5 with either Jimmy Johnson, currently 1st, or Jeff Gordon, who is 2nd.
Well, I think one thing we've answered tonight about the DEI dominance and Hendrick, if they close the gap or not. It looks like the Hendrick cars have got a lot of steam. And whoa, who's looking to the outside?
Greg Biffle in the 16 without any help. There's his teammate, and he takes 2nd away from Gordon. He snookered him coming off.
He did. He got a run on him, and he got his teammate right there with him. And look out, boys, here I come. Oh, he's sideways. Man, Kurt
Newman
Busch
get into him?
No, Busch got him plumb sideways.
Inside right there with 41.
Ryan Newman rockets toward the front, and here comes Tony Stewart from nowhere in the back of the pack, rim riding around the outside. Where does he think he is, Eldora?
That may be what Greg Biffle needs, though, in the 16. See, Johnson in the 48 slams the door on the backstretch.
Never mind 3 doors down. Jimmy Johnson's got to be 3 lanes wide to hold on to this one.
Yeah, they're trying to beat the doors off of these things.
And coming right now, 2 to go. This is where the teammate procedure is wiped out. No longer.
Your teammate is whoever's right in front of you right now.
It's unfortunate. Greg Biffle has a really fast car.
Here's Matt.
His spotter, Chris Osborne, keeps anticipating which group of cars, the bottom pack or the higher pack, has the better momentum. That's why Jimmy keeps dancing back and forth, trying to pick up whichever one is best.
Well, Matt, whichever one he opens up, especially if it's the bottom he opens up, Ryan Newman in the 12, I think he'll take advantage of it.
Just Jimmy Johnson has learned so much about drafting down here. A couple of years ago, he said, I don't know what I'm doing, and really knows what he's doing now.
Look at the push Jeff Gordon in the 24 car got from Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 8 car down the backstretch. They'll be coming white flag next time by.
And trouble for Biffle that time. Entering turn 3, his car climbed the hill. He lost a lot of ground.
Tony Stewart tried to drop to the bottom. You saw Ryan Newman in the 12 blocked him there. White flag.
Money flag next.
Jimmy Johnson in the 48. He'll stay tucked to that yellow line all the way around this racetrack. He will not open the bottom.
That yellow line is his best friend. Just keep that car down low where they can't get under it. I don't think they've got the steam to do it.
Stewart looks low. He's got Gordon now up high. Gordon has Biffle. Jeff Gordon clawing his way toward the front.
Ryan Newman's
you in the 12. 12 jumped up top.
Jimmy's pulling away.
Yeah, he got those guys that Ryan had to block the 24 and gave Jimmy a little extra room there coming to the flag.
Jimmy Johnson wins the Budweiser Shootout in his 3rd appearance, and he will take Hendrick Motorsports to victory lane in this event for the 5th time.
I tell you, that's a darn good race.
Yes, it was.
Newlyweds there. Jimmy Johnson's wife Chandra married this past December. Way to start the year off.
Darrell, I talked to Chad Canals the other day, Jimmy Johnson's crew chief. He said, we worked hard on Daytona, but we didn't work real hard. We worked on all the other races. That could be bad for the competition.
I tell you, I think they got the steam on the hood. It looked to me like the 24 and the 48 both.
Johnson finished 7th in the shootout in 2003 and 9th last year. What a run he had at the end of 2004 to come within 8 points of winning the Nextel Cup.
That's Rick and Chad right there. And
this copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.